Hi, friends. Well, from beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
Where we, a couple of wacky atheists, just try to make sense out of religion, politics, and current events here in the lovely states that are so united. Ever so united.
Ever so united.
I'm Dan Beecher.
And filling in for Frank, I'm Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Thanks for filling in.
You're welcome.
Sure do appreciate that. And coming up on today's show, at the end of the show, you and I are going to have a discussion about forgiveness. There's a new study out that is about
specifically for religion.
About forgiving. It's about leaving high demand religion and religious
trauma.
Well, I was going to say religious communities.
Oh, yes.
And whether forgiveness specifically is a marker of, I don't know, being happier and healthier when you're outside.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that. If you have strong feelings about that, exciting. You better stay tuned. And if you don't have strong feelings about it, stay tuned anyway, because it's really interesting
pretty
stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree.
But first, I think we got some stories to tell.
I have some stories.
Well, dive right in.
I will start us off.
Yes,
so
please.
Do you remember about, I think it was was it about a month ago when ICE went into Chicago? And
it was an amount of time ago.
Anyway, it was an amount of time. But do you remember while they were there?
We're talking about the Immigration and Customs
Enforcement
Agency.
Yeah.
Yes, not
that it got cold and snowy.
The weather phenomenon.
Yes, but I'm sure it is cold and snowy in Chicago. One of you can let us know if you're there. But I don't know if you recall that protesting at one of the facilities, there was I think he was a reverend, and he got like shot with a rubber bullet, like in the head.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
They just beamed him with a what they called a pepper ball.
Yeah, and he was like doing nothing wrong. Anyway, the same reverend is in the news again, and it's around Christmas time, and so at Christmas time you like to decorate a little bit.
I do.
Well, you don't. I mean, neither of us do.
Various
people like to decorate.
Priests and pastors.
Priests and reverends and pastors. And the way that he decided to decorate this year was with a nativity scene.
Yeah.
And this nativity scene was based off of current events. And so they had Mary and Joseph were in gas masks because they were probably getting pepper sprayed.
Pepperballed.
And there were in the background some of the like Roman guards, I guess. Uh-huh. And they were wearing ICE uniforms. And then baby Jesus was in the manger wrapped in a foil blanket and his little hands were zip tied.
Little baby
hands. Zip tied baby Jesus. And people, as you can imagine, unhappy about
Loved it. Oh.
But apparently it's not the only one. I mean, people are using their churches to try to say, hey, look what's happening in our country. Do you see a comparison with maybe what Joseph and Mary went through? Is there some comparison that you could maybe see within your religion during this time of year?
Well, I mean, we've all been sort of waiting for the churches to, I mean, we see it here and there, but it's like, all of this inhumane stuff is happening. All of this unkindness to the stranger, to the foreigner,
to the refugee,
is happening. And we keep waiting for all of the Christians to go, hey,
wait a second, there's a parallel here.
I swear to God, Jesus said something about this.
Or was something?
Yeah.
Did something like this happen to Jesus? Anyway, so they, and then of course Fox News did like a whole segment on it, covering it.
Oh.
And calling out, these woke churches who were like being so disrespectful to the Christmas season. Of course, it's now another war on Christmas.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, that is a theme.
Listen,
and you gotta keep
up all of the Christmas traditions. That one's their favorite.
That is their favorite. I think that might be their favorite thing to celebrate this time of year.
Yeah.
Is like
the war.
The war. You get to celebrate.
What are you guys getting for the war this year?
Exactly.
I'm stocking up.
Yeah, yeah. So there are some other churches who did something similar. One of them I saw a picture of was the nativity scene, and there were, all the normal things. There was like the wise men and the donkey, and then in the manger area there was just a sign because Mary and Joseph and Jesus were not there. Instead, there was just a sign that said ice was here.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there was a littler sign.
As though the important family had been took.
They had been took, yes.
And now they are at CCOT. They've been deported to El Salvador.
Probably. Ugh. Anyway, so, but you just wonder, like, I don't think, it's kind of like we're just preaching to the choir, or just preaching to already to the people who understand. It doesn't seem like anything's really going to get through.
I don't know. Here's what I think. I think like I saw these stories in like the Deseret News here in Salt Lake.
Oh, yeah?
The Deseret News is the Mormon church owned and traditionally quite right wing.
A little biased. Yeah.
Outlet. Lately, all I see on their comments sections, because I don't take the newspaper, but I follow them on Facebook.
Right.
And their comment sections are like so many conservatives going, I can't believe that the Deseret News is liberal now and blah, blah, blah. It's so woke. And it's like, what are you talking about?
They're definitely not woke, but their subscribers are the opposite of woke, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think what I was going to say is that having seen this in all of those newspapers, in that newspaper, it's making headlines across the country.
Yeah.
And while it's doing that, I think that it's I think that it is raising awareness, and I don't know if it's doing I saw a comment that was like, some woman named Pam who was just like, Trump, thank God for Trump, who's helping get rid of these illegals who are doing so much harm to the country. And then she spouts a bunch of like wild statistics
that are completely inaccurate.
That are just unrelated,
totally made up
to reality entirely. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't think we'll move the needle on Pam.
Well, I don't.
But I think we might move the needle on, I think there are some people who are seeing what's happening. And I think the fact that a church is calling it out might be an actually helpful thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a sense of whether or not. I mean, I love that. It's funny because a lot of times on this show, we're talking about churches in negative ways. And so I love it when we get to actually talk about churches doing things that like feel like what a church should be there for.
Right.
And what it like, especially when you think of what people claim Christianity to be, Right. So I am pleased seeing like a church actually do a thing that I would love to believe people looked at and thought, oh, if a church is saying that, but I wonder if they're just so good at saying, well, if you have this opinion, it just means you're woke, and then I just get to like disregard whatever you said,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to take us now.
Okay.
Here to Utah.
Okay.
But down south in Provo, where BYU lives.
All right.
And BYU is the Mormon church-owned university. And I'm going to start by saying that the Mormon church, it is a monolith. It is a thing. They do not want anyone to think of them as diasporic or as like it is a monolith. It is a top-down entirety. And one of the things about them, they do have an education wing that includes things like BYU, but also like high school seminaries and all these things. And the head of the education wing of the church, not that long ago, was bragging about how the church is different, and the church's universities are different. And yes, we do have athletics programs, but we're not going to pay our athletes gobs of money, and we're not going to pay our coaches gobs of money the way the way schools that don't belong to the Lord do, because we're better.
Right.
The draw to BYU is that it is BYU.
Yeah, it's godly.
It's the Lord's own terrible, really oppressive, annoying university. And that proved to last not very long. Because,
this is not surprising.
Recently, there have been some shakeups at the BYU football, especially. They have a coach that they really like, who's an amazing football coach,
And they want to keep him around.
And they wanted to keep him around, but he's been being heavily wooed, most recently by Penn State, who was offering like tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And BYU was like, no. And literally like a local cookie billionaire, the Crumble guy, offered to like pick up some of the slack to keep him around because he's a big BYU fan. But one of the things that's actually more interesting to me, because now, I don't know, old guys like me remember vividly most of our lives, like NCAA players, college players were not allowed to be paid.
Yeah, I know. And people were like, that's what makes it pure.
Yeah. And it was like, you know, you go to a school, like education is your payment.
Yes.
And then, you know, when you get into the professional world of the NFL or whatever.
Yeah, then you start making money.
Then you'll start making money. But yeah. You know, it's
but
not.
We're going to exploit you for now.
Well, and it, you know, there is X, Y, and Z purity to it or whatever. And now that's all gone, and they're making, you know, the counter argument was, yeah, but this is bringing in so much money. What these guys are doing is bringing in gobs of money for the university or whatever, and you're not sharing any of it with them. So now they can get like sponsorships and they get a cut of like what's being brought in. So like, you know, these young, you know, 20-something-year-old players, the stars are millionaires and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, they're getting concussions that are gonna like affect them for the rest of their lives.
I am not taking a position on this at all. I'm just giving the background for the story here, which is that BYU students who are practicing Mormons, because there are a few that are not, and they are all basketball and football players.
Right.
But
why else would you go there? There's no other reason.
There are a couple of people that go there for whatever reason.
Like their business school or something.
Or whatever. But the main thing is that if you are a Mormon and you go to BYU, you are still expected as a man to go on your mission.
And to not have a beard.
Well, yes, that's also not allowed, or long hair, which a lot of their athletes get away with having long hair and a beard.
And have sex. I'm sure they don't tell about that.
The athletes get away with anything. But here's the latest thing that the athletes get away with, and I think it's going to have some big effects.
Okay.
2 of their football recruits, Ryder Lyons and Brock Harris.
And are they from here? Are they they're Mormon guys?
They're Mormon guys.
Oh, okay.
I think one of them is not. I don't know.
Okay.
I think one of them is a Californian originally, but I'm not sure about that. I might be confusing that anyway. Don't ask questions.
Sorry.
I'll just tell the story because I don't know all of the answers. Anyway, these 2 have agreed to go on a Mormon mission, and Mormon missions for boys are 2 years long.
Yeah.
And that's not a negotiable thing. That is just, now, mind you, it's all volunteer.
Right. But wait, did you say they have to go on a mission to go there?
No.
Oh, okay. So like...
But they've agreed to go on missions.
Okay.
Like you have to go on a mission to fulfill the social norm and to not be looked down upon and spoken in hushed tones
Even if you're a football player?
Yes.
Oh.
And, you know, you've been told your whole life that that's how you be a good Mormon, and you want to be a good Mormon, and so they're going to go.
Also, it's the best 2 years of your life.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, so they're going to go on their missions.
Uh-huh.
But they've both announced ahead of time
Uh-huh.
that they're only going to go for a year. And that is unheard of.
Can anybody do this?
Well, of course anybody can do it. Like, well, except that I think if someone else did it, if announced, plenty of people come home early.
Sure, I know. I've known so many people who have.
Now, there is a stigma, a deep stigma attached to coming home early.
Yeah.
But these guys are obviously like going away for a year in this environment means they're giving up a lot of money.
Yeah.
And going away means they're not training for football. It means they're not they can't, it's not like they can come back and dive right in.
Will they
into
be
football.
Guaranteed to be able to play, or do they just have to like retry out?
Well, the BYU football team is used to this. And so they have programs in place for it.
They kind of make it a little easier for them.
They tend not to put you out into games. I mean, Kalani Sitake, who's the football coach, has said he won't play a player who has been gone for the full 2 years for a year.
Oh, wow.
Because they need to get themselves so that they don't get injured.
Right.
They need to get their bodies
that makes sense.
into shape.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of things. But what's crazy is the church, it seems, the church has not commented on this, but they seem to have signed off on it.
Wow.
And what that ends up meaning is that, it means a lot of things, but it seems like they've just accepted this, but they know that this is a Pandora's box for them.
Yeah.
Because non-athletes will see this. Non-athletes will know that this has happened. And I think plenty of people have reasons why they don't want to give up 2 whole years.
100%. 100%. I think everybody should just start saying at the beginning, I'll just be doing this for a year. I've decided. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that's probably what's just going to happen is they're going to go say, and all missions are 1 year.
Yeah.
And then they'll be 6 months.
Oh, no, I don't think the church will make that an official thing.
Oh, you don't?
No. Not for a long time. If it does happen, it won't be for years.
Okay, let's bet. I'm going to bet that within 5 years, all missions are a year.
I'll take that bet.
Okay. I don't know what we're betting.
There's no bet. I sincerely doubt that, though weirder things have happened, I suppose.
Yeah. They just keep changing all the mission rules. Like they're already, I feel like that's just a thing right now. They're like, girls do it this, boys do it this. Now it's now it's this long. Now you can do it at this age. Like they've changed so much of it recently that it's like willy-nilly that I feel like, and just do that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
there you go.
All right. Well, I am going to bring us to a less fun thing.
Oh, how dare you.
Story. It takes place in West Virginia, and it's about vaccinations, which like we can't escape these days.
We're not.
Actually, some people are escaping.
You
them.
shouldn't escape.
And
vaccines.
that's what this story is about. It's about people trying to escape vaccinations, which is actually ironic because West Virginia used to be one of the countries in the nation that had like really good vaccination records.
I think you mean states in the nation.
What did I say? Country?
You said countries. That's
oh my
okay.
Gosh. Yes.
It's okay.
States. You guys, I do understand how the United States works. I am just a little tired.
Sometimes I will say this. Some of the states in West Virginia counts feel like a different country.
That is a good point.
So
they're in the country.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What I was trying to say was they're a state that has had really good immunization records. And it's because for the longest time, there was no exemption for religion. And so there was
with vaccination,
so
mandates to go to school.
Yeah. So if your kid was going to be going to a public school in kindergarten through 12th grade, they had to have their vaccinations up to date.
Right. And
you could get an exemption only for a medical reason. So like that medical reason would be like they physically can't have that, if they're immunocompromised or, whatever reasons.
Or they have been found to be allergic to certain.
Sure, yeah. And so there are, obviously a small number of people who need that exemption.
Right.
And then the rest of all the kids getting immunized means that herd immunity will take over and that those kids will be protected too.
Right.
So I think in 2023, there was law passed in Virginia that was the Equal Protection for Religion Act, because, you know, all of a sudden these poor religions are just getting picked on, and everybody needs to now suddenly protect religions in ways that they haven't been protected before.
Yeah. And by religions, we were just talking about Christianity.
Obviously. I mean, your listeners know that.
Nobody cares. Like, if all of the Hindus in the universe suddenly started screaming in unison, none of these people would care.
No. And it's funny because vaccinations really have nothing to do with religion.
No.
And especially not the sort of Christianity that most of the like MAGA and Maha people are. And so, but the irony is that since they passed this Religious Freedoms Protections Act in West Virginia, suddenly these people saw like this opening for not having to get their kids vaccinated. And so there was like 570 people or something that were like, oh, okay, well, we're going to apply for under this Protection Act to not have to vaccinate our children. And then the school board was like, actually, no. Just because the governor had like written some like executive order that like, okay, well, now people don't have to get vaccinations. And so suddenly, you know, people are in this free for all, like, okay, good. My kid doesn't have to get vaccinated. And I don't want to get my kid vaccinated. And then the school board was like, actually, we don't care what the governor says. Your kids need to be vaccinated, because they understand the importance of kids not like giving each other communicable diseases.
Right. This isn't about
while they're at school.
This isn't about the one kid who doesn't get vaccinated.
Right.
It's about everybody.
It's about everybody. And this is the thing I think that these people don't understand, because they're so my rights, it's all about me, is that they don't even think about the kids that like they're putting into danger, because they're like, I have this sincerely held religious belief that God talked to me and said that I'm not supposed to get my kids vaccinated.
Which is so funny, because none of them have a sincerely held religious belief about
No,
this.
they don't at all. They have a Maha belief about it.
They have which might as well be the religious. I don't know what I'm talking about.
At this point, it is religious. That is true. They
Why don't we just count that as a religion?
I mean,
it's
you're
obviously
right.
Just
it's a cult. It's a religion. It falls under all the same things.
It's a little past superstition.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, so of these families, they did file a lawsuit against the state, and one of the women said that the reason that she couldn't vaccinate her child was because it would demonstrate a lack of faith in God. I mean, we know that there are religions that like don't vaccinate their children for that reason, because there's like, if God wants to kill my child, then I gotta let him. You know?
I mean, if God gives my child measles, mumps, or rubella,
then that's his prerogative.
That's God's choice, not mine.
and I can't disobey the Heavenly Father.
Who am I to deprive that psychopath of his child sacrifice?
Exactly.
What are we talking about here?
That is one of God's favorite things, I think, is killing children.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so there was this lawsuit about it, and the judge agreed with them, and they were like, that's what this whole law was put in place, was to protect religion. You're right, you don't have to vaccinate your kids. And then the Supreme Court just recently said, we hold up. So I guess they must have stayed his decision.
Okay.
And so currently it's kind of in limbo, stayed until they can do a little bit more research, which, I mean,
so as of right now, kids still have to be vaccinated.
As of right now, kids are still getting vaccinated.
Okay.
So that is a positive, something that's going on in West Virginia. Who knows if it will be upheld? Who knows where this is going to go? Is it going to go on the shadow docket? You never know these days what's going to happen.
Right.
Well,
this would be is it the Supreme Court of West Virginia?
Yeah. Supreme Court of West Virginia.
Yeah. So, that's, there you go.
Yeah.
So for now, don't worry about the vaccine situation. Just avoid that state for the other myriad reasons.
For all the other reasons that you would have normally
Which is funny because I was just in that state a couple months ago.
It's a beautiful state, actually. I think the Virginias are lovely.
I'd say it's almost heaven.
Is that what their license plate says?
West Virginia.
Oh, is that a John Denver song?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know it.
How do you not know? That's
I know it. I just don't know the words.
Okay.
I could hum it.
hum a few bars and I'll fake it. All right. Well, I'm going to talk about one of the things that happens, especially around Christmas time, is that musicians often, when they get like a deal, a music deal.
Oh yeah, I know this.
They have to record Christmas
part of their
songs.
contract.
It's part of their contract, even if they're like Barbra Streisand and they're Jewish or something.
Especially if they're Jewish, because
Right.
then you make all the best Christmas music.
Yeah, that's true. All of the best Christmas music
Yeah,
was written by, if not
Performed
performed by Jewish people. It's so that's
but
hilarious.
it's the moneymaker. Christmas music.
It's a big moneymaker.
Yeah.
But a lot of times there is some sort of quiet objection to, how someone did a thing or whatever.
Oh, like they're not happy with the Christmas music they made?
Yeah. And so, or it's disrespectful this, or it's the war on Christmas stuff. There's only there's only one side to the war on Christmas, but they're mad all the time.
They are
and
mad.
If they don't have
they have to carry that war themselves.
If they don't have something to be mad about, they look for something to be mad about.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that they're mad about this year is a band called Skillet.
Oh, okay.
Now, Skillet is a dumb name for a band.
Yes.
And it's a dumb band.
Well, are they like screaming metal? What's Skillet?
Kind of.
Okay.
But they're a Christian band.
Why is Skillet, for some reason, Limp Bizkit? And Skillet, I feel like those go together.
Or Skrillex or something.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
It feels derivative and yet also
But they're a Christian screamo band.
It's just a pan.
Yeah, it is. It's just a
We're
pan.
just talking about a frying pan.
What about Cast Iron?
That-
That sounds like also a metal band.
That is a good name.
I mean, it's metal.
Anyway, this Christian band released a song this year. The song "O Come Emmanuel." I don't know if you've heard this song. This is a very
COCUM.
Come now. Be good.
No.
This is actually a very old
Yeah, I know the song.
hymn, and it's lovely. I really like it. They released it. I listened to it. People are up in arms because it's. And here's the thing. I went to listen to it before I read the whole thing about what they're up in arms about because I wanted to understand it.
Yeah.
And it is no part of it is good.
Yeah.
It starts with
Like musically.
Yeah, it starts with their singer who is not a good singer, just doing a fairly straight rendition of it.
Okay.
In his best, it is like the most auto-tuned you've ever heard, and badly done as well. It sounds half the time like a robot is singing because
it's auto-tuned within an inch of his life.
Because they've done so much to try to make it sound better than it actually sounded when he sang it. But it's just the song. I'm listening and I'm trying to figure out what they're mad about.
Yeah.
And I'm listening and it's still going on. And it's still just like a kind of basic piano accompaniment. And then a woman's voice comes in with him and then another woman's voice. And it's just the song. Mm-hmm. And with twiddly piano and it's sort of like, it's in minor key. Okay. But I'm like, what are you mad about? This is the song. And then at minute 3.
Okay.
Finally, he goes, whoa! And then, and then the drums. And then they just finish the song a little harder.
A little screamo.
Just a little harder.
Okay.
But boy, it was enough that finally a few people were able to be outraged, which is
thank goodness,
which is what they needed. And so,
but it's interesting. They don't usually get outraged at one of their own.
I know they turned the calls coming from inside the house.
I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
One Baptist pastor tweeted that, quote, the problem with Skillet is that he uses Skillet. It's just so bad.
How do you spell skillet?
Skillet, Skillet.
Oh, it's not even Skillit?
No.
Or skillet? Or
No. Oh. No.
Okay.
It's
literally just the pan.
just a pan.
Okay.
The problem with Skillet is that he uses demonic rhythms to praise God. Period.
I love that they've attributed certain sounds to the demon, to demons, to Satan.
You're literally seeding parts of music
yeah,
to the devil.
like no, this is from movies. Like you were taught these things because of pop culture.
Yeah.
That you've made this up entirely from whole cloth. Like this, there is nothing that says this. You just want to believe it because it feels scary to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't connect to that kind of music.
Yeah.
And therefore.
Yeah.
And also someone's yelling.
Yeah. Yelling's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so
Yelling is
funny.
pretty scary.
Another Christian guy chimed in and said, if the devil sang hymns, and sometimes he does, this is what it would sound and look like.
Nice.
I
love the thought of maybe like if there was such thing as like a Satanist, that they now go out and they get skillets. They like buy this song and they're like they have like lit candle pentagram. What are those things?
Yeah.
Pentagrams.
Yeah.
Like they use this Christian band's music for their demonic ceremonies.
It is funny. Like one of the weirdest Christmas albums ever put out was put out by the band Bad Religion, the punk band Bad Religion.
Wait, what was the song of theirs that I would have known? Was this 80s?
Yeah, 80s, 90s. I don't know. I don't know if you would.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
But they put out a whole Christmas album and they just did it straight.
Yeah.
They did it in their style.
Yeah.
But they weren't commenting. They were just doing Christmas songs.
Yeah.
And I think that's the weirdest thing.
That is very weird.
But I mean,
people hated it?
No.
No, people liked it.
A lot of people love it.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe somebody came out with some outrage, but maybe they got theirs out before the outrage happened.
Yeah,
but
there wasn't a war on Christmas yet. When did the war on Christmas begin? I can't remember, but it feels like, I mean, maybe it's a tale as old as time.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, it probably began with the advent of Fox News.
Probably.
That's probably when it began because they had 24 hours to fill and they needed outrage.
But it also could have been talk radio, like right-wing talk radio.
Sure.
So Rush Limbaugh, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they're right around the same time.
They all worked in concert with each other.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay, it's my turn. I'm also talking about outrage at Christmas music.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, this is the time. This is the time to be like, the way you do Christmas music is not okay.
Yeah.
And so, so this December 23rd, at the Sanger Theater in Pensacola, Florida, there is supposed to be a lovely drag performance, a drag queen Christmas.
Oh.
And it's taking place at this local theater, and it's actually so this theater has like hundreds of performances a year, not by the drag queens, just local performances.
Yeah.
And people love going to this theater. Apparently, it's pretty popular. So, way to go, Pensacola! Like they're keeping theater alive.
They're keeping live performance.
Gotta love that
going.
Well, people are not having it with the drag queen Christmas because those two things cannot possibly go together.
People in the wrong clothes.
War on Christmas. Like, okay, so so the interesting thing about this is actually city-run theater.
Yeah,
and they have hired a management company a theater management company that books all the gigs for the year. And so they had booked this drag queen Christmas show, this one night performance. No kids are invited. It's adults only.
Okay.
So
thank God.
You'd think that people would be okay because no kids are involved.
What's your objection then?
Oh, there's objections. There's so many objections. So they have said, I'm going to read you. So the Attorney General got involved. And you know that like the Attorney General of Florida is like, it's like how you run for like countrywide douchebag. You know, I think Pam Bondi was the Attorney General. Like you're probably a shitty person if you're the Attorney General in Florida. So some of the things that their current Attorney General James Utmeyer said is that, so he's written a letter to the city council urging them to cancel this obscene anti-religious drag show. And I love that, like, it's the same thing that, like, suddenly a Christmas song.
Yeah.
If you sing a Christmas song and you're a man with a wig and fake boobs on, it changes the whole song.
The song is now anti-religious.
It's anti-religion. It's openly mocking a sacred holiday instead of like thinking that, oh, maybe people who love Christmas and Christmas music could possibly want to go see drag queens sing these songs and it would bring them Christmas joy. Like that they assume that there has to be like this vindictive, like mean-spirited, like making fun of the holidays, making fun of Christmas, making fun of Christians.
I mean, this is a one-night event. Nobody's seen it.
No.
It's not like this guy went to the show and was like, haha, I know the content and therefore I can confidently say that it's like the whatever.
But I have to tell you a few more funny things about it. So it's taking place downtown in Pensacola. And at the same time downtown, there is this family-friendly Winterfest, which is probably like lights and music and wassail. I don't know. And they have said that while the children are going to be on the other side of the theater, they are somehow going to be too near to the drag queens.
People don't understand. Drag has gravitational / magnetic field that pulls the children in.
Yeah. So they said that this city-sanctioned religious mockery may amount to religious discrimination of them. And that were any of these deranged performers to expose themselves to the kids innocently enjoying Christmas festivities near the theater, the city could share in the liability of the resulting charges for obscenity or lewd and lascivious exhibition.
I adore that in their minds, it is clear that what they're imagining happens at an adults-only drag show is like,
it's just
cocks and tits just flopping around.
It's like BDSM. I don't know.
It's live sex acts on stage.
But like, it's like, and it's probably demonic. Like there's probably blood.
I've heard that there's this sex act that they do called lip syncing. And it just sounds horrible.
But what
are they sinking their lips in? I don't even know. But it sounds disgusting.
Well, it's probably a penis. But so the Attorney General sent this letter to the councilman, and the wonderful thing is the city council is not having it.
Good.
I just have to read you one more quote from this.
Because, I mean, it's just grandstanding.
It's 100%. Like, they were just he was hoping to intimidate them.
Well, he was hoping to get headlines, which he did.
Exactly. But I love that this is one of the quotes from the city council person, and I just thought this was delightful. They said, "We did not ask for a legal opinion from this person. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a personal opinion written on government letterhead, wasting taxpayer dollars." And so I just love that they didn't bite and that they were so dismissive of this like stupid opinion that this guy had.
And if you're anywhere near Pensacola, see if you can still get tickets.
Oh my gosh.
It might be sold out.
It sounds wonderful. I saw the flyer for it and it looked quite fabulous. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's pretty great.
Sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to close us out with a story about Tammy Hamby.
Okay, Tammy.
Now
I see a picture of her and she looks like a Tammy.
She looks like she needs to talk to my manager right now.
She has already three times.
She demands to talk to my manager.
She has their number on speed dial.
Tammy is she first sort of made news that would have, I don't know if Frank and I talked about this.
Okay.
We may have done back in 2022.
Okay.
When she was a member of the Crawford County Quorum Court.
Okay. Woo, that's a
mouthful.
Tongue twister.
This is somewhere in, I think it's Florida still. I think we're still in Florida. Anyway.
A Florida man. It makes sense.
Yeah. Florida Tammy. And anyway, they were responsible. The board that she was on is, in part, they're able to disperse or withhold money from things like public libraries.
Oh.
And she had her panties in a twist about books that were aimed at prepubescent children that acknowledge that sometimes boys kiss boys and someone can have two mommies and it's the worst and the kids are
the kids, it's always the kids.
She wrote a letter to the library board, the Van Buren Public Library, and basically this letter was like, it did say that these books were tantamount to child abuse, and that these and
what does she think child abuse is?
Well,
I mean, she probably doesn't care if like your president molests children.
Well,
don't be silly.
Anyway, she was so mad. She was so mad.
Yeah.
And there's a big debacle, and she's out there protecting the children. A whole bunch of librarians sort of quit because in protest of she's demanding that these books be sequestered into their own like shitty
porno
section or whatever.
It's like
which seems like the opposite of the thing. Like they should have a like crappy Christian book section.
They should 100% have that, and then just let everybody else live their lives.
But like, there's a section that's just like, if you're that shitty of a Christian, this is all you get.
Here's your safe zone.
Here's your safe zone. Here's your safe space.
Yeah. Padded walls and all. You're good.
Yeah. Don't come into the rest of the building.
It's not safe in here.
You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, there might be like two penguins that raise a baby or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Two boy penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's back in the news.
Okay, what is it this time?
Well, you know how she's so concerned about the children.
Yeah.
She has kids of her own. Including one who is, I think, developmentally disabled in some way. She has some sort of intellectual disability. This is a 22-year-old.
Okay. So not a babe, not a
child, but her offspring.
Okay.
And she, this young woman was going online and maybe engaging in some scary, like talking to strangers.
Okay.
And kind of believing some things that the mom, Tammy, was genuinely afraid that she was getting suckered into to believe.
Like being groomed by people or something?
Yeah. Like she thought she was talking to a country music singer named Luke Bryan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is, but like...
I've heard of him.
Wow.
I don't know what he sings, but I've seen a billboard.
Okay. So anyway, like, her mom's concerned.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Sure.
And she decides to... She hatches a plan.
Okay.
To
keep her child safe.
To keep her child safe. And, if there's someone who knows anything about keeping children safe, it is
Republicans.
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
And so her plan is she got in touch with the in-home nursing assistant who helped her independent, developmentally disabled child or intellectually disabled child. And they hatched a plan where I think the details are these.
Okay.
They reached out pretending to be someone connected to Luke Bryan.
Okay.
And said, hey, do you want to meet Luke in a place, in such and such a place at such and such a time? lying to this child.
Yeah. So she's super
to this
excited.
young woman. She's
Yeah.
not a child. She's 22.
Yeah. She's excited she gets to meet one of her favorite
Right.
singers.
That to me is a deception that I don't think is okay.
That's cruel because it's not going to happen.
Right. And what you'd think is that, she shows up and then you show up and you say, see, I told you it wasn't real.
Yeah.
This was an object
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
But Tammy really wanted to drive the lesson home.
Okay.
So she had two men kidnap her child.
What?
Like literally grab her, throw her in a car, drive her to another location, tie her to a tree.
Are you kidding me?
And then she got away. And then they grabbed her again and tied her to a tree. And then she got away again and managed to call the police. She was terrified.
Wait. So, I mean, in all intents and purposes, she was kidnapped.
She was 100% kidnapped.
She was kidnapped. She escaped, which actually kind of goes to show her mom that, like, she can take care of her fucking self, apparently. Literally calls the police, wastes the police time.
Well, it didn't waste the police time because the police have now arrested Tammy and the people who she conspired with, including the two kidnappers and the nurse.
Oh my God, this poor child. And now she's going to be totally traumatized.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Like, not in the way that her mother intended.
I mean, I think she's going to learn not to trust.
Well, yeah, anyone.
I think she's learned that. But the person she's really learned not to trust is her criminal mother.
Wow. What kind of, now I'm so curious what the charges, how long she will be possibly sentenced to.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, this will be interesting to see this play out.
Yeah, okay, so there's so much that I don't understand. I don't know how this occurs to a mother to start with.
No.
This was in Arkansas. I was wrong about where it was.
That sounds like an Arkansas. Sorry if you're from Arkansas.
I mean, it sounds like a Florida thing too.
It sounds like a Florida.
I think I can be forgiven for thinking possibly Florida.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, for a mom to come up with that is mind-boggling.
Oh my God.
But for an assistance nurse
to
play along.
Oh yeah.
And for two young men to be like,
we'll kidnap her.
Sure. We'll definitely help you kidnap a developmentally disabled person.
Well, also, she could have gotten very injured. They could have gotten, anybody. What if she'd had a heart attack? What if she'd run into the street and gotten hit by a car because she was trying to flag someone down?
Right.
Not to mention that you then take the legitimate time of police. Obviously it was legitimate.
I'm glad the police got involved.
No,
I want all these people to go to jail.
I know, but oh my God. Yeah, that's bizarre.
So there you go.
The children. But what about the children?
We're looking out for the kids, everybody. Thanks, Tammy, for that.
Tammy.
Yeah, good stuff.
My God, that's crazy.
Well, friends, if you would like to write into us about Tammy or any of the things that we've been talking about on this week's episode, the way you do it is podcast@thankgodimatheist.com. Or if you want your voice to possibly appear on our show also, we'd love for you to call into us. It's 1-800 something.
Probably.
This is usually the part that Frank does. And
Frank, what's the number?
I
feel like I've heard it.
No, it's not 800. That's the problem.
Oh.
It's 626. I don't know what it is. If you want to leave a voicemail, everybody, go listen to another episode. And then you'll be able to get the number.
Call and tell Dan what the number is. And tell him to learn that.
I mean, it's
pronto.
I don't remember. It's like an area code from Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And then it's 666 TGIA.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
So
I believe you.
I don't know.
Start dialing some numbers, folks.
Yep.
Maybe you'll get it.
Try a few things.
Yep, try some.
Anyway, do that if you want to get a voicemail on the air. We're not having voicemails for a while. And there's more show coming up. Well, oftentimes when you're here, when I don't have Frank, it's not about you being here.
No,
but
it's me.
like
I know it's
when
me.
I don't have Frank, I don't do emails
yeah.
and stuff. But I decided to do some emails
All right.
anyway, just because
That's nice. I love it.
We had some things. Frank and I last week talked about my mother participating in medically assisted dying, medical assistance in dying.
Yep.
And we had some folks write into us about that,
lovely.
including friend of the show, Terry. And she said, "Hey, Dan, really appreciate you talking about MAID on the show, but I'd like to offer a correction, speaking as a hospice worker who has been involved in several of these cases and also as a college professor teaching death studies. It is important to note that we never refer to it as suicide.
Okay, interesting.
The correct term is medically assisted or physician-assisted death. Other than the obvious stigma attached to suicide, there are many reasons to differentiate the two, not the least of which is what you described about the process of making sure it is a decision supported by a medical diagnosis. This is one of the many ways we strive to make it palatable to mainstream healthcare and to society in general. It's been an uphill battle for 25 years when it first started here in Oregon."
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense, but
It's sad that
I will also just say, that's how we need to be talking about it, as Terry says, for the mainstream.
absolutely,
conversations.
because it needs to be available to everyone. It's so much more of a kindness.
It's a humane
And
thing.
yeah, it just
But
needs to be
also,
available.
But also, like, we're just talking amongst ourselves here.
Okay.
If we, it's my mom. I
Yeah.
can talk about it however I want.
Yeah.
I like to say that I went to Canada to kill my mom.
Yeah,
And
that's a murder.
I
So
mean,
it's not, I'm going to say medically assisted Dan murdered his mom.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Come get me, Canada.
Yeah.
Come for me.
I'm pretty grateful to Canada for making that available to your mom. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Beatrix, who wrote in to say, "I love the show. It is a beacon of light in this crazy world we live in." Oh.
That's sweet.
Dan, I'm sorry you lost your mom, but I'm glad she was able to leave on her terms and that you were by her side. My dad is a critical care physician. He has seen plenty of death in his career, and the thing he fears the most is being kept alive by machines.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame him. I do not.
I have heard that from medical professionals quite a bit.
Yeah.
He has asked me to promise so many times that if he's ever on life support and unable to speak for himself, that I will pull the plug and let him go. There are many other situations he has outlined in his very extensive living will. Under no circumstances am I to authorize prolonging his life if he has a significant loss of independence or quality of life. I know there are people out there who are terrified of death. Ironically, some of the most committed Christians in my life are the most afraid of death.
It is funny.
An interesting irony.
Because they must not truly believe.
No, I don't think
don't
that's
think it's
true.
that?
I think humans have an amazing capacity for cognitive dissonance. And I think what draws a lot of people to religion is that fear of death.
So
because
maybe it's like
it
this.
gives them a story that eases the pain a little bit of the fear, but I mean, they still have that fear. Anyway.
Yeah. So it's maybe self-selecting.
Anyway, but Beatrix goes on, they have no right to legislate their fears or their dogmas to prolong the suffering of someone else. I believe life is an incredible gift not to be wasted or discarded, but when suffering outweighs everything positive and there's only further decline ahead, we need to get out of the way and let people rest. I really don't understand why so many people are clutching pearls over it.
Oh, Beatrix, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, we've got Celeste, who says, "Hi there, your discussion about music." Now, this was
Okay.
Frank and I talked about, we had someone write into us, actually, who was just talking about how the liturgical music of their past, the church music of their past, still has an effect on them.
Sure. In good ways, mostly.
Yeah. I mean, we talked a bit about good and bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Celeste says, your discussion about music had me thinking about the role it played in my deconstruction. Music has always played a big part in my life. I had a couple of big moments while listening to secular music when I felt the Spirit. I realized that nothing about the situation was spiritual. It was just chemicals firing in my brain.
Yep.
That's one of the first things that forced me to be honest with myself about what was real and what was not.
Interesting.
Of course, once I started pulling at the truth thread, belief unraveled quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I love a quote from Percival Everett that says, belief has nothing to do with the truth. Belief has nothing to do with the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywho, I thought I'd share my story of how music helped me realize I was being manipulated through my emotions.
Interesting. And music is such a good way to manipulate. It stirs feelings so strongly. That's fascinating.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's its whole job is to like bypass thought and stuff and just get right to the feels.
Yeah. Well, that's really very interesting.
Yeah. We need to start trying to, we'll get some scientists in the lab figuring out how to like make more people have the Celeste experience.
Yes, seriously. That's a good idea. Maybe it can be helping with deconstruction. I'm
going to call Skillet and see if we can
Skillet.
see if we can make that.
Yes, I love it.
All right. Well, I don't have access to our
Patreon.
Our patrons for this week. So I don't even know who our Lord and Savior is because there has been a massive race.
Is there a rivalry happening?
I mean, at some point, it's going to have to be that we just declare concurrent multiple lords and or saviors.
This is the war in heaven.
Maybe one of them
happening.
should be. Maybe one of them can be the Lord and one of them can be the Savior, and they can trade places.
Or if there's three of them, it can be the Trinity.
Yeah, we don't currently have a third. But
so you need a third.
Somebody
get up, step on up.
Get in there, you guys.
We got to make the Holy Trinity.
Anyway, we definitely deeply appreciate all of our patrons. It's the only way that we make any money on this thing, as of currently, and so we would deeply appreciate it if you feel like you can this giving season, find it in your heart to be a patron of the show. If you like what we do, head on over to thankgodimatheist.com/donate. where you can find the link to the Patreon, or you can give us pretty at PayPal if you prefer it.
But Patreon, you get that Frank and Dan diary, and that's pretty fun.
You can get the Frank and Dan diary. You have to be giving it a certain level.
I would highly recommend that because it's just a fun little sneak peek into your brains.
Yeah.
Just in a fun, more casual way.
So if you're not terrified at the prospect of peeking into my Frank and my brain, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Or you can just give us little or as much as you want. And it all goes to a terrible cause, which is us. No,
I think you're a great cause.
It's so
a lost cause, but a great cause.
But it's so helpful, and we appreciate our patrons so much. So thanks so much. More show coming up. All right. So, we talked about it earlier. Here's the thing. A new study has come out, and this was a study that was done by the John Templeton Foundation. And what they were looking at, they were specifically looking at Haredi Jews.
Right.
These are the ultra-Orthodox Jews, your Hasidim, among others.
And these are ones that they often don't get schooling in English.
Yeah.
And they
frequently separate themselves from the rest of society for the most part. There's just, it is just a high demand,
right?
Super intense version of Judaism.
Yeah. But ultra secluded high demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think, and I'm not thoroughly informed on this. I'm reasonably informed on this, but it's not something I've studied.
Yeah.
But I think I think it's safe to say that this can act as as sort of a test case for lots of high demand religions.
Sure. Yeah. It's kind of a purified sample of it, though. Like, because there's not there's not the influence of other.
This is just the straight dope.
This is yes,
just like straight cocaine.
Yes.
It's not mixed with anything.
There is nothing added. No additives.
Not adulterated.
Yeah.
It's just you wear the big funny hats, and this is the straight dope. Anyway, they looked at or interviewed almost 300 former Haredi Jewish men and women.
Right.
And talk to them about a whole range of things. Of the 293 people in the study, 278, that's 95% of them, reported that they had been harmed by their religious community.
I mean, I can imagine you would leave a religion because you'd been, I mean, like that would be, especially to leave such a high demand religion, you'd probably have been harmed in some way to want to leave.
Maybe, some of them were probably harmed as they left or after they left also.
True.
So it's like there's, who knows what each of their individual stories was.
Right.
But so they're looking at the harm done by these religions. And one of the things that they looked at was a question of forgiveness.
Right.
So the study looked at multiple kinds of forgiveness, 4 types that they separated out. They looked at forgiveness towards people in their former community.
Okay.
The religious community as a whole. So like your individual community,
people,
right? But like all of Hasidic Judaism or whatever. Forgiveness of oneself. And forgiveness of God.
Okay.
And here's the thing that they found. They found that people who were able to forgive or who made a practice of forgiveness were doing better.
Yeah, that's not surprising to me.
We're emotionally better off. And I don't know all of the metrics for how they decided that, but
that would be interesting. I am curious what those metrics were. Yeah. Honest, do they just say like on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you? Yeah. I wish they'd included that.
I mean, I'm sure that they did.
We could probably dig deeper.
You can look up the study if you want to.
Yeah.
I have not read the whole study.
Yeah.
I am too lazy.
As am I.
For that. Anyway, but what I thought was I thought that it was interesting that forgiveness was one of the components that was statistically helpful in you living a happier, healthier life.
Yeah. Not even just like getting away from the church, but then making a concerted effort to forgive the people.
Now, I don't think that we should just talk about forgiveness in general in this way, because it does sort of break down in specifics.
Right.
So, for instance, forgiveness, the most positive thing, the thing that had the most impact was forgiving the self.
Yeah.
And I think that that's huge.
It's curious to me because like, I wonder, it sounds like it was probably a big component for all of them. And I wonder if the forgiveness they were seeking was for leaving in general. I
think, here's the thing. In these communities, and I feel like, me being raised Mormon, there was a similar thing, which was that it is pounded into you how shameful, how shameful you are to start.
Yeah. Just as a human. Yeah.
As a human, but like how incredibly awful it would be if you were ever to leave this group.
Yeah.
What a horrible human you would be. What a terrible betrayal it would be of your family,
Right.
your immediate family, individually.
Yeah.
Of me, your father, personally.
Yeah.
Of me, your mother, personally. And,
Right.
and then of
The group and
of this community that has taken such good care of you and all of this sort of stuff.
right.
And that starts at age 0.
Right.
It is programmed in core level. That is like fundamental.
Yeah.
And so I think it really does require looking to the self and finding a way to say, to find that grace for yourself.
So sad, because it feels like of all the people that don't need to be forgiven, it's themselves,
Well, I mean, like, yes, that you have not committed.
They've not done anything wrong.
And a sin against yourself.
Yeah.
However, that's the most vital thing.
And it's almost like that's the like detox of that toxic relationship that had taught them that they were bad if they did these things. And so it is interesting that, like, to overcome that brainwashing, they had to say, I forgive myself of a thing that isn't even true. That doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to rewind a little bit here and correct something.
Oh, okay. What was that?
This is a correlation.
Okay.
And so we should be very careful not to assume causation. We should be careful not to assume that forgiveness is the mechanism that brings around the resilience and the life satisfaction.
Right.
It may be that more resilient and more self-satisfied people are the ones who have been able to manage forgiveness.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So
that is a really good point.
I realized that I was doing that correlation equaling causation thing, and I don't think that we can think in those terms.
I think that's a really good way to look at it, and I hadn't thought of that.
I think, and the other thing that I think is interesting about this is they could not find any significant result in people forgiving God.
Like, that didn't make them feel better or worse.
Didn't move the needle. Like, whether or not people have forgiven God seems to have no relevance here. And I think that makes some intuitive sense to me.
Because he doesn't exist?
Because God was never a part of this.
Yeah.
All of the problems are with people.
Yeah, exactly. People, situations.
Right.
Yeah.
And what
societal dynamic.
Yeah.
Totally.
This is a people problem.
Yeah.
And so angling toward God is like, plenty of these people who left, Haredi Judaism probably maintained a Jewish identity of some sort.
Could be, yeah.
And continue to. There are plenty of people continue to believe in God even after leaving a crazy religion. Though Mormonism, I find more people leave everything than not. Or at least that's anecdotally my experience.
Yeah, I would also be curious to have seen in this study how many of those people felt like they kept a so-called relationship with God or just were like done with it.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but it is interesting. But I do think one of the things that occurred to me as I was thinking about this topic and thinking about forgiveness in general, because I think that everyone has the right not to forgive.
Sure.
If someone has done something to you that has caused you deep pain, that has damaged you, and especially if that person, but regardless of whether or not that person has asked for forgiveness, has shown any sign of remorse or whatever, you have the right not to forgive them.
Totally.
That is don't ever let anyone say to you, well, I asked you to forgive me.
Sure.
And now you have to.
Right.
And I think a lot of people assume that once I've asked for forgiveness,
well, and
that's the end of this. You forgive me now, and now we're done, and you have to be nice to me.
Well, and also forgiveness doesn't equal like letting somebody back into your life.
Right,
it can be you can forgive somebody and want still to have things totally cut off.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that forgive and forget is a necessary pairing.
Yeah.
And no, you can say I forgive you. And
I want nothing to do with you.
And no, you're not welcome back in my life.
To me, and this might be a completely my own personal understanding of forgiveness. But you do it because it's this thing that lives inside of yourself. And so it's this pain or there's this thing occupying space inside of you that you can exhume almost.
That you can sort of set free.
Yeah. And so to me, it's like it's very much less about that other person and 100% about how you're living with yourself. So I don't know.
Well, one of the things that occurred to me, and I think this is where I was going before I got sidetracked or whatever, but one of the things that occurred to me is that what the forgiveness is, and this is the reason that it's important to me to distinguish that this is a correlation, not a causation idea, is that I think that if you can because I think that the way that we forgive is that we heal ourselves enough that we don't feel like we have to hold on to this pain anymore.
Yeah.
And that's not about that person. That's about healing the self.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's what I was getting at.
And I think that, so I think, but I do think that is the healthy path, the healthiest path, the path that is going to lead to the most well-being for a person.
Yeah.
Is the path where you can get yourself so healthy, so centered, and so give yourself so much grace that grace can then be reflected outward.
Yeah.
And you can just say, and also like you have to be able to have perspective on other people and say, this person that hurt me, they grew up in whatever circumstances they grew up in. They had whatever things they had going on. And that doesn't make it okay what they did.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the keys too. I think a lot of the times we do associate that, like you said, the saying of like forgive and forget. And I think the forget thing that does not need to happen. I think people can be still held accountable and you can still you don't have to say this bad thing happened. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna let it go.
I'm saying that bad thing was okay. No, you can have that bad thing can live in its own reality, but it's how you're hanging on to it. Or something.
I almost wonder if forgiveness is a result rather than. I mean, it is a practice, and I think that if you're doing it healthily, it is a healthy practice. If you're doing it because it is demanded of you, which I think
I don't even think that's a thing that can happen.
No. Well, religion demands it of people. Lots of religions.
But then is it actually happening?
Right. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. But a lot of times, and Mormonism has this hiccup where it's like, you go to the bishop about someone who's done harm to you,
right?
And then they tell you that you must forgive as God forgives everyone.
I think what they're actually saying in that case is often forget. I don't think that it's because they're not teaching people correctly.
Or give up your claim on your pain or something, or let go, or they're saying your experience is not valued in some way. And I think that's not what real forgiveness is. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're doing it healthily, meaning if you are healing yourself and you do the work of healing, which is work, which is effort,
100%.
I think that one of the steps of that, and I don't care where in this that happens, is to look out at the perpetrators of the thing, and find. And I think that there's a very healing thing that can happen when you can find grace for perpetrators.
Yeah.
It may never happen for some people.
Sure.
And that doesn't make them bad.
No.
It doesn't make those people, less than in any way.
No, not at all. Yeah.
And so I want to be clear about that I'm not calling for this.
Yeah. And it's not this could take a lifetime of struggle and sadness and work.
And again, I think that the lifetime of work should be about the self.
100%.
Should be about your own heart.
Yeah.
and healing you.
Yeah.
And along the way, that may include forgiving. It may not. But if it does, great.
Yeah.
I think it's just a nice marker
Sure.
for you're doing well.
Yeah. And it's funny because like forgiveness, I think, is one of those words that like maybe is so big and broad and general and misunderstood that like I don't even know what it means to some degree. Like I know what it means to myself. I don't know that like we all have a shared actual understanding of what it is.
Specific.
Yeah. So
does it
like,
mean I have to? Yeah. Does it mean I have to let them back in my life? Does it mean I have to like not think of them as a bad person?
Just because you've forgiven somebody doesn't mean maybe you look back on this horrible thing and feel all sorts of hard feelings and sadness and like all of this stuff. You can, I don't know, I feel like there's almost like this blank slateness that we seem to associate with forgiveness that I think is that's an unrealistic and not what forgiveness is.
Right. And it's not godly.
Yeah.
There's no moral mandate to forgive.
Not at all.
There may be mental health benefits.
Yeah.
And that's what I would suggest going for.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like it's benefiting you in your mental health, then fuck it. Don't forgive them.
Exactly. And maybe it's also worth just kind of thinking about what you think that word even means to you.
I love it.
You know,
I love that.
Because it might mean something different to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. At very least, work on forgiving yourself. That seems to be.
I love that one.
That seems to be a genuinely positive thing in people's lives. So I would like to hear if any of our listeners have been through a self-forgiveness journey.
Sure.
Or a forgiveness journey in general.
Yeah.
So if you have been through something like that, write into us, call into us. podcast@thankgodimatheist.com is the email. There's a voicemail number somewhere in the world also.
Yeah, somewhere.
Maybe that's on the website. I don't know. We haven't really, I haven't looked at the website for forever. Anywho, also, if you want to donate to us, you can do so at thankgodimatheist.com/donate. Thanks so much to Gordon Johnston for the use of his music and for the Red Rock Hot Club for the use of their music. And thanks to all y'all for tuning in. We sure do appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye. Thank God I'm Atheist is a production of TGIA Media, LLC, copyright 2025, all rights reserved.